Hello my castaways, and welcome back to another Stranded Deep speedrun. This time we're going to be doing something a little different. We're actually going to be going for the co-op speedrun, and my partner is the absolute best Stranded Deep player that I know.
Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep. My name is Agork.
Oh, that's weird, I don't know how that actually got in there. No, my partner is going to be me, so I will actually be playing both characters for this co-op speedrun. Now, I'm not a superhuman, I can't play both at once. They will be played at two separate times, but I'll be switching back and forth between the characters to complete the run. So, yeah, something a little different, but I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get into this run. Now, if you're not familiar with how the co-op speedruns work, it's a split screen, since it is you can only play local co-op. There's no, like, wireless co-op or anything, so one of these players, the left-hand player, is my mouse and keyboard player, and the right-hand player is the controller player. Now, I didn't realize it at the time, but as I started this game, I turned my controller on, and it immediately died, so, like, 5 or 10 minutes in here, I'm just gonna have to I did pause for like a minute and a half to go get batteries because I had some really good luck here, as you can see from that very first crate, and I found a whole bunch of jerry cans. Not just those, I found a couple more, but anyways, my general strategy, I could just do this complete run as the computer mouse and keyboard character and then not have like any content, I guess, on the right-hand screen. So I didn't want to do that. I feel like that's kind of like cheating. I need to be able to play both characters to some degree. You're not going to see any dual boss fights. It's not like I took both of them out there and tried to fight both bosses with a controller in one hand and playing my keyboard and mouse in the other. So what I decided to do was I relegated all of the crafting and like fuel distillation and everything to the controller character. She will be chopping down most of the trees, collecting up all the resources on this one island, turning the sticks rather, into spears and different tools and stuff. And my secondary character will be in charge of course, the boss fights, collecting up potatoes and getting any supplementary lashings, and also clearing out these wrecks of the crates and stuff. And yeah, that's like the general idea. It's a lot easier said than done, especially just like mentally keeping track of everything you need to do between the characters, since I'm kind of handicapping myself by doing this. But I kind of wanted this to be like those speedruns of the Fire and Pixo Hunt %. Like, I want this to be something that's going to potentially be easy for someone that's actually, or for two people rather, that are actually playing co-op to go ahead and beat. I want to leave this open. I don't actually plan on maintaining the co-op world record, but as of now, this is, as far as I've seen, the only co-op speedrun out there, even if it's only done by one person. So yeah. Alright, I think I actually got 4 jerry cans here, so we are off to a wonderful start. It means I don't even have to tear down any fuel stills. Got all of our plank scrap. Now, this is the same world that I used for my last Glitches Allowed speedrun, and I wanted to do that because you can see my secondary character, the controller character on the right. She can see the ending ship right there. And the real problem, like the hardest part for my controller character, is going to be getting to that end ship, because I don't have access to the speedwalking glitch while I'm using a controller. As I've said in my previous videos, if you guys want to know how to do the speedwalking glitch, first of all, it's only able to be done on PC. Console and controller does not support that, I guess. So, but if you want to know how to do it, just message me on Twitter or Reddit or speedrun.com, and I'll happily tell you how. I just don't post it anywhere publicly so the devs don't patch it out and cement our times in place. One of the things that you guys can't so obviously see is that whenever it goes in split screen like this, the sensitivity for both of your characters gets like really, it's not exactly it just getting more sensitive. It's, you know, because the aspect ratio is shortened on the width instead of the height, then it throws off like the ratio, I guess, of your mouse sensitivity. What I'm used to, it was really hard to like work around. So I think like the Luska fight went a little long just because it was something I was struggling around. Now, the strategy I took with going to the bosses with one character and collecting up the potatoes and stuff, if someone wanted to do, oh, well, here's that pause screen for like a minute and a half because I was frantically searching around for batteries. If this had happened in a co-op run that I was starting out and I didn't find those jerry cans, I probably just would have restarted the run, but I really didn't want to give up those 4 jerry cans because that's incredibly lucky. But as I was saying, if someone wanted to do their own co-op, or a pair of people, or one person, if you want to take on this challenge, if you wanted to do your own co-op speedrun, it's actually not a terrible strategy to have one person go take on the bosses if they're competent enough to, take them on by themselves, and having the other person manage the crafting. I'm actually pretty confident that we could get the time for a co-op speedrun, like if 2 people were actually focusing on it and going really fast. It would probably be the fastest speedrun, because the crafting levels, I know I can kill all the bosses and find all the potatoes in one day. Finding the potatoes is easy, and if one other person is just relegated to, crafting lashings and getting that crafting level up to actually make the still, then there's no reason we couldn't. The first day is 15 minutes. There's no reason we couldn't get this time down to, like 20 minutes, I would say. And that's not even counting if we start ending the clock at the last interactable action. Okay, thank God we're back. I couldn't ramble on for too much longer. Just kidding. You guys know me. I could ramble on forever. Okay, so we actually have the controller character doing some stuff now. I had only played around with co-op gameplay for maybe 20 or 30 minutes before attempting this. I honestly didn't even think I was going to be able to do this so easily, but it actually turned out to be not as hard as I thought. My point in starting that way was saying that I had to really get used to the controller controls, because I've never played Stranded Deep on PlayStation or Xbox, and I've never used a controller except for those couple minutes of gameplay, so I struggle around this a bit, and the sensitivity on the joysticks. So my thought was that I need to get up, I need to make 2 axes, because I'm going to need one for this character to chop things down, and then I'm also going to need an axe for my other character to attack the bosses with, because I'm still going to apply the same strategy as, no spears, except for Luska. And then if I have extras after that fight, I can't remember the order I actually went in for this, because I did not do it the same order as the Glitches Allowed speedrun. Well, this is Glitches Allowed too, I guess. But yeah, the normal difficulty single person fixed seed PC Glitches Allowed speedrun. Jesus. I completely forgot what I was saying, sorry. Oh yeah, okay. My thought process was that I needed to have this character make up all the spears, and my original thinking was that I would be able to get these spears made up fast enough to be able to go kill a boss on the first day, but I don't think I actually accomplished that. I actually recorded this like 2 or 3 days ago, maybe even longer, so it's a bit fuzzy in my memory, especially with the other speedruns and then the episodes of Deep Play that I've been doing too. If you guys haven't checked out the Deep Play series, go check it out. It's just me playing through, not speedrunning at all, but an entire map with all custom islands, hard mode, permadeath, and I have no knowledge of the map layout, so it should be a nice setup for a good season of gameplay. Much slower pace than speedruns. Alright, getting those crafting levels, man. Now with the changed sensitivity, I wanted to have a whole bunch of spears. I wanted like 3 crates of spears for this because I just wanted to do it safely. Wasn't very eager about attempting this speedrun a whole bunch of times with a whole bunch of failures. It's not very fun, to be honest. Getting bandages up for my other character. This is all, crafting XP going into being able to make the stills. If I'm gonna do it with the controller character, I gotta do pretty much all of it with the controller character. No, don't make a pile, you don't need that. Alright, I think that is... It's probably not all the spears, I probably end up picking up a bunch more. Finding that last potato that's on this island. There's only 2, and one of them was hiding in the bush. Now, one thing I did not realize about co-op speedruns, because I just never tried to do anything really on co-op gameplay, is that both your characters need to be pretty much right next to each other to be able to sleep through the night. So that became a problem a little bit later on in the run when I forgot about that fact. I would have really loved some leather on this first island so that I didn't have to chop everything down with a crude axe, but I was kind of just going with whatever worked on this. I wasn't really trying to belt out this time as fast as possible. In fact, I actually completed a co-op speed run before this in the same way that was like 5 minutes faster, but I had left my mic on the entire time, which I generally don't do for speedruns because I really need to focus on them, and you could hear all kinds of stuff in the background and me cursing up a storm. It was just, and it was intermixed with the audio from the game, so I couldn't separate it out. So it was just not very workable. So I went ahead and decided to re-record it. And all in all, this one went slightly slower, but I don't know, it felt more comfortable. Like the first one, I feel like I was struggling the whole time. I actually got poisoned 4 different times in that. So, in the interest of just showing you guys decent gameplay that's not me screwing up all the time, I guess this was a better decision too. I don't know if I actually got poisoned this run. If I do, it's on the PC character, the left-hand character. That controller stick makes me look around all weird while I'm trying to quick craft stuff. Okay, that's gotta be enough spears, right? I think I must have missed this one, or I just left the crate there. Yeah, I needed an extra crate for picking up the lashings for the coconut flasks. So, you know, all the coconuts are here, I just need the lashings, but I need the space to carry those too, so... And I figured I'd go ahead and get the fires made up because I definitely don't have enough time to get my controller, my PC character, off to a boss or even to the other islands. I mean, I have enough time to get to the other islands, but like I said, I need to be back at that shelter next to the other character who is going to stay on this island the whole time to be able to sleep. So, figured I'd go ahead and get a couple things set up so I can just have them out of the way, like fires, fire rings, and anything else I can. And I made a slight miscalculation because I need 2 rocks for the pickaxe, and that leaves me with not enough rocks for the fire ring. So my second character will also have to bring back some rocks. That sounds easy, but I have a very firm mindset whenever I'm going into these about what I need to get, and try to focus on that and not get anything extra or clog up my inventory. So just remember to get 2 more rocks. It's not just as simple as that. Kind of just killing some time before the sun comes up, because my plan is to do the opposite order of what I did for my normal difficulty glitches allowed speedrun. In that one I went to the islands first to collect up my potatoes so I could distill fuel in the first night. This time I'm trying to go the opposite way so that I can kill the bosses first and then collect up the potatoes and lashings in one big rush on the way back to the island, and kind of get here at nightfall so we can get the fuel distilled this night. Or the next night, rather. Using the time without sunlight to go ahead and collect up some of these coconuts, since why not? wish I'd been more aware of like where my controller character was looking, so I could see my PC character zipping around the map like it's, you know, like he's Superman or something. I will say at the ending I did a pretty decent job of that. There's some pretty funny stuff. Okay, our first boss, I'm now remembering, will be the Abia, and he's really hard to find. So, gotta be really careful about what direction I'm going here. Got it. I would have liked for it to be a little bit brighter so it wasn't so dusky in the water, but... And so, I have the option to switch to my other character and do some work on that, which is great. I don't usually have the option of just like waiting around at a boss location for an optimal time, but now I can go ahead and just, you know, do a couple things here, a couple things there, and yeah. I'm deciding that by collecting up palm saplings here on this island, then I can prevent myself from having to collect up so many yucca on the other character on different islands. I think I end up still being hard-pressed for lashings, but it ended up being a beneficial thing, or else I would have had to search a whole lot more on my PC character. Good, yeah, don't make it into anything. You need that for the firings, Lady Speedy. Alright, man, it's bright enough. Come on, switch off. Now you're like, well, you had enough rocks for the fire rings. What were you talking about earlier? I have to break them down to be able to get the pickaxe to go get the clay. Because I don't have the crafting level on my other character to make a pickaxe. I have to do it with this one, the controller character. So I have to use those rocks and then just rely on my other character to bring the rocks back. I thought that was right now, but I guess it's here in a couple minutes. So. Enjoy the Avia fight. Keeping in mind that I don't have a refined axe, this is still just a crude axe, which does the same damage as a crude spear. And I'm also struggling around the sensitivity issue of the half screen. Like I said, I did one of these speedruns before, and it was quite a struggle. I got bitten a lot of times, and I definitely was still not used to it, even now. Plus, you can't see as much stuff in your peripheral vision, so makes it a bit harder to track down bosses since I'm zipping around so fast. I also love how the Great Avia's health is showing up for the female character, the controller character, I guess. I don't want to be gender biased. Showing up for them as well. By all rights, I should have been bitten right there. I don't know how I didn't. I was also real worried about chasing him off of his boss location since his health will reset when he does that. So, since this took so long, I certainly didn't want to repeat it. And then he just wouldn't die. There he goes. Okay, the MiG fight is over a very, very long distance of water, and I didn't get a good takeoff, so I started kind of going off in the wrong direction. Thought I had gone too fast and went past it, and then got lost. So if I do end up doing one of these again, simply not getting lost at this part will help, since it cost me a couple minutes. I absolutely hate when this happens. This can completely end a run, because if I don't find some way to reorient myself by, say going back to the last location or a starting island or something, then, this can turn into a 5 or 10 minute process. Also, as handy as those jumps out of the water look, it's a pretty short period of time to try and glimpse which island you need to go to, especially since I don't have as much peripheral vision as I'd said before. I do, however, know that the ending ship is close to my island, and I was just fed up with trying to find my way basically in the dark, metaphorically in the dark, I suppose. And I just decided to go ahead and go back to the starting island or the Abia location if I could find it, but I don't think that's what I did. I might have. I think maybe I just guesstimated. Oh, I hate people that use that word. Maybe I just estimated, with a good guess, about which way Meg is, because I knew that the Great Avia's location was kinda in between the starting island and that ending ship, and I don't know if I was a little bit off of that, and I should have been able to find Meg pretty easily, right? Wrong. Okay, and we're back where we were like 4 minutes ago. Oh no, well before that, because I went to the Avia location first, huh? I'd like to blame the smaller screen width, but this was just me not being careful enough, to be honest. I've done tons of speed runs. I mean, tons that you guys haven't even seen. Like, I should have this down by now. Like, getting a heading and following that exactly to get to my destination. It's kind of like the key thing for these speed runs. There he is. Jesus, Speedy. Now I gotta fight him again. No. Okay, line up your heading. Now launch. Now launch. There. No, don't do that. And now in my head I'm remembering that the Meg is quite a ways away. So I finally realized I just needed to go further. Ah, gosh. I think I said this in my last normal glitches loud run that the first time I saw Meg, I thought that was like an antenna and she was like a robot or something. But I think it's a tracking device. Oh yeah, okay. This happened. So I didn't mean to go that far out of the water. It's really hard to control the height because the swim jumping depends on speed walking. So normal gameplay, if you're like just barely below the water and you press jump, you actually jump out of the water a little bit. But if you're speed walking, your momentum carries and you just fly up into the air. Now, I wasn't aware that the boss location's like cutoff point was a sphere. I mean, it makes sense. I just never really thought about it. But what happened right there was I went too high up in the air and it actually reset Meg, so I had to start over with her on full health. Ooh. Maybe that'll be the thumbnail. Man, if I had gone farther than the boss like limit there right before it gave me the part, oh, that would have been rough. Just being real careful about which way I'm going and lining up that boss location for this one. I don't want to get lost again. So I didn't actually mean to jump out of the water there. Sometimes when you hit the right wave, it actually just launches you without you jumping at all. It's not very common, but it does happen. And in we go. Can you imagine if you saw this thing in real life? Like, good God. Especially if it started doing that. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I reset Luska on this one. I might have. If not, I'm remembering the previous run that I got actually a shorter time on, but like I said, it was real rough. The other thing about whenever I jump out of the air like that, once I leave the water, I have no control over how high I go. I can't stop it. I can't slow it down. I'm just subject to whatever force I was under whenever I left the water. So, very lucky I didn't go too high here. I just wanted to throw a few more into him because I was not liking that fight. Okay, it's getting a little dark, and now we need to go to the other islands and get those potatoes and every lashing that we can off of them. I don't think I need any other... Oh, no, yeah, that's right. I still need 2 leather to make the pickaxe, too, so I can make the fuel stills. So, hey, that's great. Great thing right off the bat. One leather. See, the jerry can, that didn't even phase me. I was like, nah, I don't need that. Got plenty right now. The thing I didn't anticipate about this run was the need for both of the characters to eat. Like, the controller character, whatever, she can go dehydrate and go hungry all day until she gets down to 5% health. Nothing's gonna attack her except for, like, maybe a baby little crab. But, I didn't want to have to worry about it, so I made her eat, like, after the first day. Then I was low on rations for my second character, who definitely needs it if he's fighting all the bosses. One potato. 2 potato. 3 potato. Ah. Still only have the 1 leather for the pickaxe. I absolutely have to have 2 leather. A lot of times when I speed walk into something like a ship, I'll get, especially if it has a window right there, I'll get stuck in it and I have to like wiggle my way out. Okay, I legit freaked out a little bit right here because I thought that's like those planks had gone over the open hole and I was just trapped down there. You know, this is so typical of speedruns though. You get 4 jerry cans in like the first island, first like 3 crates, and then you can't find like 2 leather in what, 6, 7 shipwrecks? Like I say, man, there's always something that goes wrong. There we go. Now we just gotta struggle bust our way back to the starting island so we can make our fuel stills and sleep. Oh, you know what? I'm not even right about that. We gotta get back there so we can make the pickaxe and then... yeah. Get the clay, then make the fuel stills. It's a process. So I'm trying to use the lantern light there. I'm throwing it up in the air so that I can see the compass face and actually see which direction I need to go. You just get the ability to glimpse it for just a second. And now this giant crab's on my ass too. Thankfully, I just got the moon behind me so I could actually see. There was something I went off to this ending ship island for. Oh, yeah, I was actually on my game. I remembered that we needed rocks for the pickaxe. Or I'd have to tear down one of those rings if I haven't already to make it. I can't remember what I did. Not only that, but I have to actually find the starting island from the ending ship, which at night is not so easy. And that moon is a spotlight. I think I glimpsed the glow of that lantern, luckily enough. Alright, now it's time for everybody's favorite part. We start chucking crates once we realize they're empty. Maybe. So I'm trying to sleep now, and realizing that I can't because the other character's not close enough to me. Which, like, I tried to do this while they're, like, on the other side of the shelter from each other, and it still won't let you sleep. So you have to be, like, right next to each other. I realized that it was kind of a futile effort to try and get those started since I still had to find the clay, even after making the pickaxe. So we did the best we could with what we could. It would have been great if I had just been a little bit faster on a couple of those boss kills, so I didn't need to sleep without distilling the fuel last night. Bro, you got enough. Go back. You got the 2 stone tool tips. I'm like looking around for more stones to make the fire ring that I destroyed to get the 1 stone tool tip, or 1 stone out of it to make the stone tool tip, and not realizing that it's obviously going to take quite a while to distill this fuel. I'm going to have plenty of time to go get stones and whatever else I need. I say that I got myself mixed up. It takes me like half a second to go to another island. I can just go to one that I haven't gone to, or even that one that I found the last potatoes on before coming here. There's rocks all over the beach. It'll take me 10 seconds to go get more rocks for the fuel still. She looks so robotic. Now, I'm obviously not going to make the controller character go get that. I want to be able to stick around and go get that clay as fast as possible. But does she have the crafting levels? I look so inept with the controller because I am. It's not my usual way of playing, I gotta say. Rewatching this now, I'm just kicking myself because I should have got that clay and got one of the fuel stills going at least. Just didn't. I guess you could argue it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna have to have. It's going to take the same amount of time for both stills, so the second one that I get made up is going to be the linchpin for what time we actually get. Oh, yeah. Alright. I'm using my small brain here. I forgot that we had a big harvestable rock that we could get rocks from. And then there was one just like sitting right there. There are probably enough rocks all over that beach. I just didn't actually see them, didn't actually pick them up. I actually remembered to have one character watch the other do something after she chops these trees down, that is. I know somebody out there is like, why aren't you chopping down the palm end first? But I just need 2 of these logs. Like, it's not going to matter. I have to chop the palm end off, and then I'd have to chop that top log off the other 2 logs. So it wouldn't actually save me any chops. It just cost me more time. Too bad I made all those bandages. I didn't end up using any of them. And it seems that lighting a fire is much easier on PC than with a controller, so I opted for the easier option. Props to UPS players who and Xbox players who deal with that every day. Oof. I am 2 or 3 lashings short, so I have to just go off to some random island and collect up enough yucca to make them. Sure hope I was only 2 short. Could have just harvested the shelter or one of these fuel stills after it's done distilling, but it is what it is. Alright, finally. I say finally. This is still 3 hours shorter than my first ever speedrun of this game, so thank God I didn't have to do commentary for a 4-hour speedrun. Oof. What are we, 1 short? Oh no, I guess we got them all. Okay, so now we get to do the shuffling game of getting this character to the ending ship. Well, I guess it's not so much of a shuffling game. I was thinking it would have been if I had actually gotten this fuel distilled, but the way I've done it here is, you know, I'm waiting on this fuel to be distilled, so I have plenty of time to get the character over there. So I was thinking that I'd just row her over in the raft, but then it was so slow, and I was trying to do things on both characters at once while steering her, and I just decided to glitch her over there. I'm telling you guys like you're not about to see it. Oh yeah, that's why I got so frustrated with steering. I don't know how you guys playing with controllers deal with that. I felt like it was so inaccurate, or it was like trying to steer me back and forth. Maybe I just didn't know how to do it right. And then also running into these rocks didn't help me out very much. Yeah, that's where I got fed up. I was like, this is taking way too long. That other character looks super comfortable. Yeah. I'd always wondered if this was possible before I tried the co-op speedrun route. But yeah, you can totally have one character sit in the raft while you try and fly it. The aspect ratio sensitivity thing like completely threw off my ability to fly it very well. It's still really hard even whenever the aspect ratio isn't screwed up. But yeah, this was just... it was a little rough. Still, we got some good distance down there. I tried to look over with my controller character and then ended up screwing up the whole thing, so... I really wanted to see what my character looked like, though. Yep, there goes that. I really wanted to see what my character looked like while he was driving this thing. It just looks like he's like using his Jedi mind powers to lift it. Yep, that's how we do it. I was hoping that I would be able to keep it airborne long enough for the ship to render in, but it turned out not to be. So, realizing that I have enough time before the fuel is distilled, I decided to go ahead and take another shot at trying to fly this thing up to the top. And then my character's looking inside of her own headless neck. Yep. So this is really, really hard to do on controller. I was talking with somebody the other day about how they were basically trying to do this on controller and having at least moderate success on it. Congratulations, man. I could never hit that very well. But if you're playing on PC and you're trying to do that, all you really got to do is wedge, exactly what I'm doing there. Just wedge a compass underneath, or a bandage. Those are like the two best things for doing that. You wedge those underneath the raft storage there, and it kind of works as a little lip that you gotta just, it's hard to describe. You gotta kind of lift up as you walk forward, and then hold your mouse steady, and then walk forward just a little bit more, and it'll give you that forward motion with the lift to actually make you fly. It's very hard to get the hang of, but play around with it a little bit. Oh my gosh, play around with it a little bit, and you'll get the hang of it after a decent amount of time. Patience is key. Gotta have a real big jump if you're jumping from off the ending ship, because it will give you fall damage based off of the height that you leave from. So if I'm swim jumping and I go super high up in the air and I fall, I don't take damage. If I'm starting from a high location and I swim or I speed walk off of that location and I fall, I will take damage. Presumably because of the height that I left the water at or ground at. So I'm just kind of trying to do everything I possibly can before, while this fuel is distilling. Kind of just killing time. This run would have been a whole hell of a lot faster if I had just gotten that fuel distillation done before nightfall. I realized I was going to try and fall right into this hole, and then realized that I'm probably going to hurt myself jumping down from here. Yeah. At least I didn't break a leg. I have no idea what that sound was. It sounded like a coconut just split, but I didn't split a coconut. That was strange. Alright. Half a fuel distillation to go. So we're gonna go ahead and top up the food and water over here. And then, like, all we gotta do is wait. Just wait. I couldn't remember at the time if your character is able to escape if you have no water or food in your belly, so I wanted to just make sure that I wasn't gonna end up having to do something like run off to another island with my PC character just to get some food for this person after waiting for all the fuel to distill too. So it seems like the key press is just slightly longer on the controller. Maybe that was just my interpretation of it, but the last speedrun I did, where I was like recording audio over this, I ended up like trying to put those in there and then dropping half of them, having to pick all of them back up and then see if each one still had water in it to put in there, because I was dropping them before I actually emptied it into the water cans. Same thing with this character. Just wanted to make sure he was hydrated and well fed, so I didn't have to worry about not being able to escape. And now we wait. I guess I decided to go on off over there and try and fill it up as much as possible just for something to do, because I didn't like the idea of just sitting around making you guys watch me do nothing. You know, assuming you guys didn't just click through that, which is what I would do if I was watching this, and give my other character some water. This is the thrilling content you guys wanted, right? I think somebody called me right then or something, and I just like had to answer. It was like, I'm speedrunning, leave me alone. Good thing I didn't land on the land, I guess, right there. Couldn't really see the beachhead. Still not quite done. It seems like every time I walk up to this thing, though, that then I look away and all of a sudden the fuel is done. So I think that actually is pretty close to happening here. Or we're just going to have another weight fest. See, guys, this isn't boring. This is tranquility. You know, you're just sitting by a fire at night on the beach. You go do that for a vacation, right? Well, not vacation, but, you know, something to do with your friends. On vacation. Yeah. However Speedy justifies the boring shit in speedruns. Sometimes the little, like, counter bar for what's left in the still doesn't go away unless you look away from it. But it also usually makes, like, the water dripping sound like the water still makes. So you should be able to hear it. There we go. The fuel's done. Thank goodness. Not screwing around with trying to go into the hole in the roof of the ship this time. I just want to get this thing done. Oh, I dropped my lantern and fell way slower than I did. And then, like, so the most miraculous thing happens here whenever we actually leave. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. So watch it from the controller character on the right-hand side of the screen. It's so crazy. Alright, suddenly daylight. And then my PC character is Guy Fieri. What? Like, oh my goodness. Can you believe, like, we didn't cook a single thing? I'm embarrassed, to be honest. Flavor Country is dangerous. Okay, I'm done. I know it's just the sunlight on his hair, but it just looks like he's got highlights. I hate it. You're only out here for 2 days. How is your hair so sun-bleached? I've noticed in these newer versions that, like, the main character who's at the controls here, he, like, leans in whenever the plane goes to launch like this. It didn't used to happen. I don't know why it does that now. It's not just on co-op, it's in the normal one too. Look at those plane wings. Oh my god. You don't usually get to see that far back on them from the other character. Yeah, that's totally flyable. Do you think they just didn't talk this entire time? I mean, actually, I guess it's pretty loud in there. They probably wouldn't be able to talk. But I'd like to think they chose not to. Oh my gosh, and then here's the real reveal. We were the same person the whole time. Oh my god! That's how you know some real Bermuda Triangle shit's going on. And 1 hour and 12 minutes, kinda. So, that was the co-op speedrun. Sorry Agork didn't show up for it. I don't know where he was. Coming up next on the channel, we're going to have episode 2 of Deep Play. If you missed the first episode, go check it out. We're setting up for a pretty good series here. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next run. Keep on surviving, guys.